Good evening. Well, who has a night? Let it be good. From the preview, you probably already understood that today's topic is not dedicated for you. But you, as always, are observers and in some sense witnesses. For your information, I didn't think to make such a decision. I didn't want it, but I was forced to. They just crossed the line, and it already required appropriate measures. I told you that my criteria for everything happening are very different from yours, but this time, already blatantly, they stepped on my toes. I will try to explain as much as possible and to make it clear to everyone. Explain to those who don't understand and to those who think that everything goes for them. There is an illusion here, and if you take seriously what you see, hear, you don't respect yourself, knowing that there is an illusion here. But there is also a reality that is hidden under the veil of this illusion, under the pretense of plots, scenarios, without which the illusion can't exist, and of course, without actors, characters, which in some way are you, all of you, the population at large of this illusory world. Since you are particles, neurons of the so-called brain beyond this illusion, which creates artificial intelligence in order to model given tasks. When I say you, I do not mean you, avatars, but your essences, living and inanimate, pair robots. You, the avatars in the illusion, have the role of tools through which the entities are managed, it is occupying the positions of neurons in this artificial brain. If you try to imagine this as some vivid example, then you are some kind of a chip created by Elon Musk, which is embedded in the head, in the brain, so that it can be controlled from the outside. Your so-called defined plots, scenarios, roles individually are programs through which your entities are affected, influencing you as components of a neural network created by an artificial brain. How you will influence your entities in the role of neurons in this network is dependent from these programs. So you should have understood that for me the main thing is not the plots, scripts, roles that you play, but the result that is tried to be achieved with the help of these plots, scripts, roles, through you. While there was the process of modeling related to the universe, space, in various fields of science, I only viewed the happenings to make sure how strong the so-called artificial intelligence was to figure out something that could affect the concrete reality. The plots and scenarios were different, even the roles that you played, that your opponents from all the main control pyramids played, were different as intended. Some of them had already crossed the line, they were bloody, cruel, treacherous, and so on. But they were not on a global total scale, where all the inhabitants of this illusory world were embraced. You know that this illusory world is built on lies, half-truths. There are no honor, conscience, and so on. This performance, if you look at the roles, was better for some, worse for others. But pressure and an increase in episodes of violence by some small category of the population at absolutely everyone was not in that direction. That is what is happening at the moment, despite the fact that I have warned more than once not to do anything like this. Here I mean avatars who occupy the roles of managers in the plots, who have levers of power due to the plot, to the script. Behind this performance of a total scale, new directions of the work of artificial intelligence and this brain are hidden. While work was performed towards modeling, which I mentioned, I did not pay any attention to it because it did not interfere with the tasks that were set for my mission. But then the coup went underway, a 180-degree turn. The artificial intelligence created by Lucifer and the artificial brain created by him began to work towards building a chimera monster, the purpose of which is to destroy the states surrounding the illusion, naive, rule, and even reality up to 80–85%. For your reference, the work started towards the destruction of a natural environment, which is a reflection of nature in concrete reality here in illusion, but is closely interconnected in all three states, as you know from history and mythology: naive, reality, and rule. Of course, supervising the series of events that artificial intelligence and the brain form in this illusory environment, artificial intelligence and the brain began to take out the so-called pieces of scenery of this stage play of the illusion, destroying all animated nature, forests, birds, animals, insects, and everything that was reflected from the state created by the creator, in order to use their energy to shape a chimera. But it turned out even here that there would not be enough energy, and that's why they turned to the population, launching a self-liquidating program, which was not mentioned in any of the previous plots. In the illusion, how it is reflected, it is probably not necessary to explain for you. Contaminated water, airspace, land, poisoned food, chemtrails, vaccinations with vaccines with nanoparticles, etc. It applies not only to Russia, but also to Europe, to the United States and other countries, where the living are already becoming disposable and pure robots with artificial souls are being put in their place. All this in the form of plots, scripts and roles played by someone is well known for you for a long time. The attempt to create a chimera against all odds and warnings is something that already crosses over with my plans for the realization of the mission. At the beginning of our meeting, I said I had no intention to move on to such actions as a counter-attack or something like that. But it is already becoming unpreventable, and involuntarily against my intentions, I have to get involved with what is happening in the illusion. I will try to explain what my intrusion leads to, because the management system managers have other tools than me, but they don't have an opportunity to take any appropriate actions with their help. Here it is no longer a secret, and it is not a conspiracy theory which measures the managers resort to. Of course, an information war goes on, and information sharing is happening on this and many other different matters. They carry out utilization, reduce the population of the illusion. Taking into account such actions, they try to ensure their survival and self-preservation. So, according to this plot and scenarios, almost everyone is utilized, except for an entirely small group that realizes this plan. As you can see, the implementation of this plan does not do anything good for you, avatars, not to mention entities. But my intervention does not promise anything better, considering that the means that I have will be used. The only difference is that the apocalypse will come for everyone without exception. The ruling, the managers, the controlled, everyone who is in a state of this illusion. As they say, there will be no chosen ones, because no one will hide from me, neither underwater nor underground, nor in the air. As for some kind of migration to some other planet, it's a load of nonsense. The three-dimensional world will cease to exist in the form of an illusion, leaving no chance, either to those who get Armageddon installed here, or to those who are installing it. The representatives beyond this illusion accepted me adequately and understood. Game over. I'm not bluffing. Now, when it comes to the managers of this illusory world, I work, I share information using your communications, and I have warned you more than once that any attempt to block my way will end up that you will use the services of the post office. All telecommunications operating in above ground, air and hydrospaces will be destroyed. You won't need to turn it off on a selected basis. Who should be allowed to use them and who shouldn't? I'll do it for you. Everyone will be equal. If you try to turn off Russia as you threaten on September 12th, and I will instantly turn off everything for all of you. And your actions like this will be taken as the refusal of the managers to fulfill the conditions of the lockdown, as a result of which the countdown timer will be turned on, after which all the elements of the planet will start to work: earth, water, air, fire. It will be impossible to hide even in near space from it. Everything is already foreseen. From the moment of publication of this speech, within 1 calendar month, the following requirements must be met. All wars in all formats of hybrid war up to the hot phase have been stopped. To all the heads of secret societies, Masons, Illuminates and families managing the Vatican, as well as the leaders of world religions, within a month, remove all your puppets from political power. The earth, water and air do not belong to you, or you'll get so much that you'll all splatter, which will mean the end of your illusory world. You should stop the total destruction of the natural environment and the surviving population of this illusory world. That means to stop all activities which destroy the planet. Close all laboratories of biological and bacteriological weapons. After that, the following recommendations will be given. In case of refusal, this illusion will no longer exist together with you and your entities. You are told, if you don't know how to do it, we will teach you. If you don't want to, we will force you. If you fight back, we will destroy you. And no technology and your stupid science based on modeling an illusion will help you. There are no imposter gods. There are no creators of yours. They have been liquidated. Now your turn has come, your choice. Such a manifestation of disregard of these instructions will be interpreted as resistance, with consequences arising from it. Sovereign of the Universe, 1st, Veles.